There are new developments overnight on the alleged bullying that led a Miami Dolphins player to leave the team. Another player suspended. According to the first player's lawyer, the harassment was more widespread and severe than previously reported. NBC's Carrie Sanders is at the team's training facility again for us in South Florida. Carrie, good morning to you. What is the latest?
Well, good morning, Savannah. Until now, we have not heard from Jonathan Martin. He's the offensive lineman who claims that he was allegedly abused by one or more of the players, bullied by one or more players here at the Dolphin training facility. Well, as you noted, overnight, his lawyer issued a statement on behalf of Martin, and it includes a new claim that he also endured a physical attack.
Explosive new allegations this morning. We're now hearing Jonathan Martin's side of the story. Late last night, Martin's lawyer, David Cornwell, released a statement that says, in part, Jonathan endured harassment that went far beyond the traditional locker room hazing. For the entire season and a half that he was with the Dolphins, he attempted to befriend the same teammates who subjected him to the abuse with the hope that doing so would end the harassment. This is a textbook reaction of victims of bullying. Despite these efforts, the taunting continued. And for the first time, a new claim that Jonathan endured a malicious physical attack on him by a teammate. But teammates have expressed near universal support for alleged tormentor Richie Incognito.
You know, everybody's bashing him, so that's why people felt the need to stand up for him.
There's a lot more questions about Richie, so there's a lot more answers and a lot more support for Richie.
As the investigation into alleged bullying gets underway, documents have surfaced this morning alleging Incognito displayed inappropriate behavior towards a female volunteer at a Dolphins golf tournament a year and a half ago. According to an Aventura, Florida police report, that woman claimed Incognito proceeded to lean up against her buttocks with his private parts, as if dancing. Incognito was not arrested or charged in the incident. Martin's new claim of an attack comes on the heels of an NBC Sports report that Dolphins general manager Jeff Ireland advised the best way for Martin to confront the bullying was to fight back.
Dolphins general manager told Martin's agent that he should physically confront Richie Incognito, and Ireland specifically said that Martin should punch Incognito in order to solve this problem.
The Dolphins say they won't comment on that report.
As we're all aware, there's a lot of information out there. And we also know that the NFL's coming down here to conduct a review.
Attorney Ted Wells is expected to begin his investigation as early as tonight.
All right, Carrie Sanders, thank you very much. Let's turn to Tony Dungy. He's a former NFL player, head coach, and is now an analyst for NBC's Football Night in America. Coach, good morning to you.
Hi, Savannah. How are you?
Very well. We got to be clear here. The NFL locker room is not a garden party. We have to understand this in context. But do you think that what is alleged here goes far beyond the kind of normal locker room behavior?
Well, I do, and we do have to understand that it's different, but that doesn't make anything go. You have to have respect for your fellow players. It has to start in the management. It has to start with the coaches and the general manager, creating an atmosphere of a safe environment, and then the players have to carry it on from there.
Let me ask you this. I mean, in some ways, is this also an indictment of the leadership of the Dolphins? In your mind, is there any way they wouldn't have known that this kind of behavior and conduct was going on?
Well, I'm not sure what happens in the Dolphins locker room, but what you have to have is the head coach and general manager setting the tone, setting the agenda, and then the player leadership has to make sure that's carried out. And somewhere along the line there was a breakdown in this. But let's not just point the finger at football. This happens everywhere. The Florida A&M band had a hazing incident where the drum major was actually killed. So it's not just football. It happens everywhere, and it's something that our society has to look at.
You are in particular familiar with Richie Incognito. As I understand it, you had the opportunity to draft him when you were head coach of the Colts, but you chose not to. Why?
Players have called me.
Well, I don't know Richie Incognito personally. I know the reports that we had, the difficulties he had in college, some of the incidents that he had on the field and off the field. We just didn't want to bring that into our locker room. That's not to say he's the guilty party in this. I don't know everything that happened there, but I do know the reputation that Richie Incognito had, and it wasn't what we wanted in our locker room.
Meantime, a lot of the conversation around this seems to be focused on the alleged victim here, Jonathan Martin, and whether he was overly weak or sensitive. So much so that his lawyer, actually, the first line of his press release last night was, Jonathan Martin's toughness is not at issue. Do you think it's wrong if that's where the conversation is?
We can't really have that. Football locker room, any workplace has to be a place where no matter how you are as a person, no matter what your personality is, that is respected. Everybody's not the same in the locker room. You're not going to get 53 people that all fit in the same way. And I think good teams and strong organizations promote that type of environment where you don't have to be like everyone else to flourish.
All right, Coach Tony Dungy, always good to get your perspective, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.